Hi, my name is Lytle, and I want to tell you a story. 110 years ago in 1907, Adolph Oakes, the owner of a small newspaper called the New York Times, decided he wanted to throw a big New Year's Eve celebration. To commemorate the occasion, he hired a sign and display designer to create a fantastical time ball made of ornaments and lights that would drop exactly at midnight to signal the start of the new year. This was a pretty old school request. Most people were celebrating New Year's with fireworks by this point, and time balls had been around for a long time. They were instruments created in the 18th century to answer a big question for early navigators. Where the heck am I? Because it's really hard to know where to go if you don't know where you are. And you need three things to calculate your position: altitude, latitude, and longitude. That doesn't seem like a difficult problem to us today. We all have GPS in our phones that can give us that information in a matter of seconds. But back then, there wasn't anything like GPS. They knew their altitude because at sea, it's safe to bet that you're at sea level, and latitude could be calculated by judging the angle of the sun at its highest point against the horizon. But longitude is really tricky. Most of the methods to calculate it were impossible to perform while on a rickety ship. So, the race to solve the longitude problem was on, and it was solved with the invention of the chronometer. This machine was basically early GPS. It was a way for mariners to calculate their longitude based on the relative time difference between them and a known location. For GPS, that known location is a bunch of satellites. But for the chronometer, that known location was the Royal Observatory in Greenwich, London. And to find out what time it was in Greenwich, most ports had large time balls that would drop at noon Greenwich Mean Time. This was the beginning of the International Time Standard, which is why all of our time zones are relative to GMT. Isn't that cool? Before voyaging from port, navigators would watch the time ball drop, reset their chronometers, and set their course. They used that mark for time across their entire journey to continually calculate how far they were from their destination. And because of Adolph Oakes, we have a similar tradition today. As the new year comes and we watch the ball drop, we reflect on where we are, dream of where we want to be, and set our course. And throughout the year, we check our progress against that marker of time, but whether we get to our destination or not, our time ball drops again next year, which means we just get an annual opportunity to dream. Happy New Year, and thanks for watching. I have big dreams for Curiository in 2018. I want to get this channel to 5,000 subscribers, and I want to get the Curiository Patreon page to $400 a video by this time next year. That growth will allow us to expand this mission of learning through story to more specific topics. If you want to help us achieve that goal, head on over to patreon.com/curiository. For as little as $1 a video, you can become a patron and make a huge difference to the show, and you get some pretty fun perks. For a limited time, if you become a patron at any amount, you get this Keep Asking Questions sticker, and you have the opportunity to buy this Keep Asking Questions There's Always a Story t-shirt. I'd like to thank Harry and Erika, the Jeans family, the Lawson family, and my parents for being top supporters and keeping this dream alive. If you can't become a patron, I totally understand, but know that liking, commenting, and sharing the videos is another great way to help. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a happy new year, and I'll see you next time in the Curiository.